Feels good to be in the mountains. It's like 20 degrees cooler up here. Oh yeah, we're dropping down into the desert. It's about 98 degrees right here. By the time we get all the way to the bottom, it'll be like 101. Yeah, this is deep. Woo! Yeah. Camera never does it justice. This elephant is amazing. I mean, where else can you ride underneath an elephant? Seriously. What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It helps the channel out tremendously. All right, here she is, the 2025 KTM 390 Adventure R. I just picked her up last week. I have about 4 days of riding on it, and I'm gonna give you my first impressions and tell you what I think. Stick around. All right, guys, so I know there's not a lot of these bikes out here, and there's tons of people doing research on them. I'm fortunate enough to pick one up. There's about 10 or 12 of these in California, and I'm very blessed to have one. Talk about the look. There is not a better looking bike out there right now. And I've been a motorcycle junkie my whole life. I've ridden everything from a JT50 to a Gullwing. I've had every kind of bike, rode every contraption, Hodakas, XRs, XLs, TTs, ITs, PEs, you name it. All the Japanese bikes I've ridden. And this thing is just like, it's perfect. It's such a sexy looking bike. The motor is just incredibly fast. It has way better suspension. The tranny's buttery smooth, and the electronics package on here is proven and good. So let's just work our way down real quick. We'll start at the top. So let's start with the electronics. This thing has 3 modes. It has rain, street, and off-road, and you can customize them all. And also on the TFT right here, you can program a quick selector, which will take you to certain modes that you want to get to. Like I have mine set to ABS off and on one of them, and on the other one I can switch the ride modes really quick, and I'll show you right here. So the quick selector, I have it set on my top button. So you hit it, ride mode, go off-road, hit select, boom, we're done. So what that does, it turns off traction control, turns ABS off on the rear, and it gives me off-road throttle. Another thing too is it has favorites on the bottom. You can set up your favorites how you want on the TFT. I have mine set right now for fuel range, trip meter, voltage, and ambient temperature, something like that. And it's awesome. And you customize your screen to look however you want. It has 2 different modes, and I'll show you that in a different video. And working my way down, I mean, it has kick-ass brakes. The transmission's buttery smooth. Did I mention the suspension's great? It's almost fully adjustable. You have compression rebound in the front, and then you have preload in the back, and I believe a rebound. Working our way down, let's go to the seat. At first I thought the seat was like rock hard, but my butt actually got used to it, and it's breaking in, surprisingly. I mean, after just 4 rides, it's getting softer. It's not that bad. I might end up going with Seat Concepts if they come out with one, but I'm not gonna complain. There's some thoughtful things on here, like they put loops in here for your soft luggage behind the pegs, and these are right there, so everything will tie on nicely. The switches are backlit, so at night they're all lit up. They don't even have that on some premium bikes, which I don't understand. They do it on this budget ADV bike. What else? It was supposed to come with cruise control and quick shifter, and for some reason the US models didn't get them, but I'm reading little birdie tweets that it might be coming in the next batch. So the guys that got the first bikes are gonna have to pay for it. So hopefully if you're waiting for one, you'll get it. I'll have to pay for it, unfortunately, but I guess that's the price I pay for having a limited bike right now. Let's see. A lot of crunching out here. These leaves are loud. The foot pegs are really good. I mean, there's nothing out there to swap them out yet. I tried putting my rally pegs on there from my KTM, my other KTM, but they wouldn't fit. They're too wide. The brakes are great. The only thing I don't like about the brakes, I think this is a little too long, this cable and the sensor for the ABS.
So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to button this up a little bit. Maybe move this bracket down here, just so it pulls it in a little bit tighter. I don't like that. That's gonna catch on something. And let's go down to the skid plate. Now this skid plate is probably gonna be good when somebody comes out with a better one, but I could probably use this for baking cookies because it's perfect. But other than that, I mean, it has 10 inches of ground clearance, so I haven't even come close to hitting anything, which I'm really stoked. I think this bike was very well thought out. I mean, everything is super easy to get to. Like I said, the air filter over here, shock adjustment, coolant. It has a little glass sight for your oil. I mean, everything is, it's just so easy. You don't have to take the bike apart to do anything. You just pop a panel off here, pop a panel off there. No pulling the tank off, nothing. I haven't even looked under the seat yet, but I think there's a toolkit under there. That's about it. I mean, it has nice LED blinkers right here on the headlight setup, which I'll show you a picture. It is amazing. This is probably one of the best looking headlights out there right now. I wish they would have put this on my 790 or 890. I hate the way that thing looks, but I got it because I love the bike. And I don't ride the bike from the front, I ride it from back here, so I never see the headlight. But if other people are looking at my bike, they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, what the heck is that? I mean, it is a great, great looking bike. I am noticing a little bit of wind noise coming off this thing. I don't know if it's like my helmet or if this is like, needs to be a little higher, if I need to get wind deflector on here just to kick the wind over my helmet when I'm filming. I think I'm getting a lot of wind noise. I'll see when I edit the video. But other than that, I mean, this bike doesn't need much. Like a top priority for me would be mirrors, handguards, tail rack, and try to figure out my luggage setup because I'm gonna take this thing on a BDR. That's my goal. And you know, this thing is in a class by itself. I think they started a new class with this bike because to me, it's like more of a lightweight adventure bike or a heavy dual sport. Kind of like the KTM 690, 790. That's the same thing. But this is different for some reason. I think they're gonna sell crap out of these bikes. And when the aftermarket catches up with this bike, all the parts, this thing is gonna get tricked. And I'm sure someone's gonna come out with the ECU flashing for these things or a different ECU. It's gonna completely change this bike. But I think it's good how it is. I mean, I'm a believer in leaving things stock. I'll leave the motor stock. I won't ever change the pipe. There's a lot of things I won't do, which I'll just leave it the way it is. I'll just change Farkles and that'll make me happy. Another thing I might modify down the road will be this tail thing right here. I'm gonna pull this off right here because it all bolts nicely. And then I'm gonna move the blinkers. I'm gonna get the flush mount blinkers from Tusk right here, and I'm gonna move the license plate up here. And all this is a secondary brake light, so it's not gonna make it illegal or anything. It's not even a light for the license plate, I believe. I didn't see it lighting anything up. After reading a lot of the comments on the 390 forum site, I've gone out and I've tried to recreate some of people's problems, like the flame out, starting out in first gear, going up hills and stuff like that. And I'm not getting it at all. You know, I'll show you a video.
All right, so Mythbusting. We are gonna go up this hill and we are in neutral. Okay. First gear. I don't know. So I'm in second. Let's try it again. This is even steeper right here. Ready? Oops. I hope I could touch the ground. Alright, let's go. Nope, no stall.
But yeah, I'm not getting it. My kickstand's not flopping down, so it's not kicking the motor out, and it's not flaming out trying to go uphill in first gear from a dead stop. I'm not getting that at all. I've even tried second gear going up a hill, and nothing. It's just a little boggy till it gets to that 2,500 in the RPM, and you could chug up it or you can wait for it to kick in, but either way you're not going to be stuck and it's not going to flame out. So I myth bust that. I know some people are having problems, but I don't understand why, but I'm not having that problem at all. Thank you so much for watching. There's going to be tons more coming out with this bike, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously, and the like. It moves it up in the algorithms. And one more thing I like to say is stay safe on the trail. Thanks for watching. Peace.